first thing that you need to understand is that that is not your average Ford Focus. Remember the Focus ST we tested 2 years ago? Doesn't even compare. I'm Chris from AutoAcademics, and today we're going to take a look at a 2016 Ford Focus RS.
This all-new Focus RS technically is not all that new, as it's been available in Europe for many years. It's just new to us here in the States, and as the old saying goes, better late than never. For those of you who are new to this vehicle, the RS stands for Rally Sport, and now comes out of the Ford Performance Division. You know, the same people that make the Mustang GT350, the F-150 Raptor, and, oh yeah, the Ford GT. So credibility isn't an issue. Now because we don't have that much time with this car, we need to get right to it. Our tester today is a stealth gray 2016 Ford Focus RS. Standard features include LED daytime running lights, fog lights, and bi-xenon HID headlamps, some cool wheels, blue brakes, and a rear spoiler. There's also a single-in dual-out exhaust system that sounds pretty good. Inside, you'll find that this Focus is pretty much standard fare. Well, with the exception of the seats and steering wheel, and, oh yeah, those boost gauges on top of the dash. There's ambient lighting, push-button start, dual-zone climate control, 10-speaker Sony audio system, rear-view camera, and Sync 3 with 8-inch touchscreen. Option-wise, this car has the 19-inch painted alloy wheels and the RS2 package that includes power heated mirrors, heated front seats, heated steering wheel, and navigation. Total M.S.R.P is $39,560.
Now I know you're raising your eyebrow up at that price, but allow me to explain. The sum of this car's parts is worth every penny.
The front end is not only aggressive, but it's functional too, with a deep front splitter that keeps the RS planted, as well as some cooling ducts for the brakes.
And speaking of the brakes, they're 4-piston 350mm examples made by Brembo and are surrounded by 19-inch painted alloy rims wrapped in 235/35 series ZR-rated Michelin Pilot Super Sport summer tires. The rear is functional too, with a spoiler on top and a diffuser down below that help to create zero lift to aid in high-speed handling.
Inside of the hatch, there's slightly less cargo space in the RS than in the more pedestrian versions of the Focus, with 19.9 cubic feet behind the second row and a maximum of 43.8 cubic feet when the 60/40 rear seats are folded. These dimension differences could be due to the fact that the RS has a 1.5-gallon larger fuel tank. Moving this Focus forward is a direct injection 2.3-liter EcoBoost inline 4-cylinder engine and twin scroll turbocharger that make an impressive 350 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque. The only transmission available is a 6-speed manual that sends power to all 4 wheels. There are 4 drive mode settings that can be manually controlled. Normal for everyday driving, Sport for spirited rides, Track for, well, the track, and Drift to induce a little more oversteer in the corners. There's also launch control for the fastest and most consistent starts possible. 0 to 60 is achieved in about 4.6 seconds, with the quarter mile ending in 13.4 seconds at 102 miles per hour. Top speed is limited, yes, limited, to 165 miles per hour. Yeah. On a more sensible front, fuel economy is rated at 19 miles per gallon city, 25 miles per gallon highway, with a combined rating of 22 miles per gallon. AutoAcademics saw an average of 20.6 miles per gallon during testing, and only slightly less during spirited driving on 93 octane premium fuel.
While the back seat isn't a featured area of this RS, it's worth noting that there's decent space to carry some adults. But nobody truly aspires to sit in the back seat of a car like this. The driver's seat is really where you want to be. Like the exterior, the interior is focused,
You see what I did there?
on performance as well. The flat-bottom steering wheel has concaves covered with soft leather that allow your hands to settle in just the right positions. The short-throw shifter is hardly an arm's reach away. And the Recaro seats, oh, the Recaro seats are snug enough to remind you that you still haven't lost those few pounds you gained over the holidays. So now that we've taken care of all that, it's time to take it out on the road and see how it drives. So, as you begin driving in this Focus RS, one of the first things that you notice is how firm the suspension is. I mean, it is ridiculously firm. Thankfully, it can be adjusted by pushing the button on this stalk and putting it in sport mode, thus changing it from ridiculously firm to comically firm. I mean, in the latter setting, you find yourself bouncing all over the road. But that setting is for the track or a very smooth road like a highway, keeping the car very well controlled. Obviously, the engine on this car is nothing short of amazing, with 350 horsepower coming from a 2.3 liter four-cylinder engine. The turbos, they work well with very minimal turbo lag, and the power just always seems to be there. And when you wind it up through the power band, then upshift, that glorious exhaust note cackles and pops. It's fantastic. I have to mention these Brembo brakes too. Typically, when you get a performance package like this, the brakes can be a bit overpowering. Thankfully in this car, the brakes are still strong, yet easy to modulate too. Another component that helps this car with handling are the tires. These Michelin tires, they are really sticky and really do a good job of holding the road. Just be forewarned though that those sticky tires come at a cost. And if you drive aggressively, you're gonna find yourself changing them a lot. If you remember, I mentioned these Recaro seats when I first got in the car. And yes, they are very snug. But like the suspension, it's because they have a purpose, a performance purpose. And so when you're carving your twisty mountain roads or when you're on the track, these seats hold you in place very well, and they're actually comfortable too. Typically, two camps address this Ford Focus RS. It's either people who know exactly what it is with the performance that it's capable of, or it's people who just see it as a regular Ford Focus. I find that most people that I meet and that I talk to, they look at this car and when they hear about the price, they think it's just a regular Ford Focus. And I have to say, that's not fair to this car at all. Because just like the Subaru Impreza WRX STI and the, God rest its soul, Mitsubishi Evo, yeah, they were regular cars too until they got souped up. That's how this RS is. But once even the naysayers have had a chance to drive or ride in a car like this, they begin to realize the performance value that's offered. So there you have it, guys, the 2016 Ford Focus RS. It's a $40,000 Focus with all-wheel drive, fantastic brakes, adjustable suspension, customizable drive settings, and let's not forget, 350 horsepower. And if you ask me, it's worth every penny. I'm Chris from AutoAcademics. Thanks for watching.